it's time to make some more. Now, no, I didn't get last night's games on that, so I did that yesterday. That one yesterday afternoon. So we'll have those bad picks from yesterday on next week's show. But we still got a few more to predict.
You don't
this
want
weekend.
them on that show.
Are those bad? Really bad too.
Matter of fact, Iowa State, we all lost that one. Ohio State, we all lost that one. That's all I gotta say.
All right, today. Let's straighten that up. How about Ole Miss and Penn State in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl? Penn State favored by 4.5 over Ole Miss, who has been the king of the transfer portal, and everybody says maybe be the favorite in the SEC next year. Tommy, who you got in this one?
I think Penn State will win this one.
Terry?
I have to go to my poll.
Nittany Lions or Rebels in the Chick-fil-A Bowl?
Yeah. Who'd you take, Tom?
Penn State.
I'm going to pick these games based off who I think's got the cooler mascot to see how good I do on my picks.
Wait, honestly, you laugh at that. We usually let JP pick games, and
He usually does better.
He usually does better at least half the panel in picking these. So we're gonna go. Is that who you got?
Give me
the
Ole
Rebels.
Miss.
You got Ole Miss.
I'm taking Ole Miss.
So Zach and Terry got Ole Miss. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. I didn't think Penn State played good against good teams.
They do not.
Okay.
Who's playing though? That's just
That's it. You don't know who.
that's why I'm picking mascots.
Auburn and Maryland, 2:00 today at the Trans Perfect Music City Bowl. I don't know what that means, but
It's Nashville, Tennessee.
Auburn and Maryland face off. Auburn 6-6 favored over 7-5 Maryland Terrapins.
By almost a touchdown.
I'm taking Auburn.
Zachary?
I'm going to take the cool turtle, the Terrapins.
I think that Tua's little brother's going to have a big game. And give me Maryland.
Would tear a turtle up.
I'm just talking about how cool it is.
In the backup bowl at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami,
National championship game.
Georgia
Agreed.
faces
All the teams, all the players are playing.
Georgia faces Florida State in like I said, the backup bowl. Basically, a lot of players.
It's not
are
a
out.
lot of backup bowl. Florida State got 10 people out, 10 starters.
Yep. There you go. So you got number 6 and number 5, Seminoles and Bulldogs, all the way down in Miami in the Orange Bowl. Georgia's favored by 20 in this game. Tommy, what you got?
Georgia's going to win this game if Florida State decides to play. How cool it would be if Florida State just walks on the field and says, nope, see ya. And that would put it into the bowl nonsense. There would be no more bowls.
Yeah, that would.
That would put it into it because all the sponsors would go, hey, I mean, what are you going to do to them? I mean, is there anything in the contract to fine them?
I don't
Let me tell you,
if the
from Florida
other
If
State,
the
players
players
ain't
don't have
playing?
to show up, I don't see how that would be a contract where they have to
your
play.
second string quarterback is not playing. He's elected out. Your 2 wide receivers are not playing. They've elected out. Your running back has elected not to play also.
It's
They might have went and got Flacco. He might have had some years of eligibility left.
So in this game here,
Transfer portal, right?
I think
Well-
Florida State's backups are better than Georgia's. So I'm taking FSU.
All right, Zachary.
I always wanted a Bulldog, but I didn't get them because they have health problems, so I'm taking the Bulldogs.
And they're 4 times more expensive than every other dog in
That was
world
the
for
other
some
reason. They're about $2,000.
Question I had is with the pay and the name, image, and likeness, how are they going to work out eligibility to where, like, as far as amateurs and what considers you an amateur, what not considers you an amateur, like we think football and stuff, but I'm thinking other sports too, like chip and golf and stuff. Like how could you not take a certain amount of money trying to be pro in something, and then if you don't make it, go back to college and go pro in football after 2 years or 3 years in basketball, and then save your eligibility. And if you don't make it in the NBA, you go back. Like, well, where's the line? If we're paying everybody and everybody can get paid and you can transfer to every school per year and there's no rules, where's the line on eligibility? And I'm concerned where they're gonna have to have a lawyer fight that. Some lawyers fight that one out at some point, aren't they? Tom, have you heard any? They're talking about the transfer portal.
Yeah.
And these players leaving early. Isn't a lot of this timing, like the schedule's wrong to where like they need to change some things on the schedule to where
I've heard
you can't
that talked
recruit
about.
or whatever. I don't know the exact timing on that stuff. You might know more than I do.
No, I know there's been some proposals to say, look, let's wait for the transfer portal till after the bowls, and I would be 100%.
I agree with that.
Now, if you want to opt out, like if McCord doesn't want to play for Ohio State, I mean, I get it, but at least like let's.
Well, real quick, my question earlier. Remember, I said, can we move the bowls up because I think part
Right.
of the transfer portal is the kids want to be in school January 2nd.
Well,
or
your next
5th. They wanna be in
transfer
there for the-
portal
they wanna
comes
be in
up
there for
the
spring
1st of
semester,
February.
right?
Right. That makes perfect sense that you want to go ahead and get there and get in their program, get in their workouts and weight rooms and start on the playbook. I mean, I get all that, but I think it would make sense. Let's just have a bowl week. Why can't we have 50 games on a Saturday? Why not?
Do it every
We do
Saturday.
it every Saturday.
It's because they want that TV time. That it's money. It's
Christmas.
yeah.
Who's watching it though?
No,
I
I
mean,
know.
seriously, who's sitting around it, unless you gamble on this or
Or
you're
you're
a fan,
Terry.
or you're a fan of this team.
Watching the game Wednesday, the Texas. Remember you was talking about how bad the Texas,
No, Lordy.
and he said they watched it.
Well,
I
did.
turned mine off.
No, I did watch them. I said, but I will not watch
You know,
come a
What
Monday.
what is your wife's hobby? She's
I
gonna have
will
something
not
to do while
watch
you
Monday.
watch Texas State
No, I'm
versus
telling
Toledo. And
Kevin,
I'm telling you,
Kevin,
it was terrible.
I'm gonna tell you what I did during the bowl games. I took my new radio, which
There you
picks up
go.
really good. That
It
radio
does.
My son
picks up
likes it.
really
It
good.
does.
I put it out in my garage and said, "Let's get to work on this." And I just listened to the oldies while Texas State was on, and I just didn't even really care.
Well, that's what you were missing.
I listened to the TOC. I listened to the TOC. Just had a good time, and all of a sudden 5 hours went by, and that garage was cleaned up, and I had no idea what Texas State did.
Yeah, they took 4 hours to get the game over, right? Terry?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, man. When the game started, I'm gonna tell you how
they should
far
at
it
least
was
brought
along.
Kathy Ireland in for like
They
a guest
had
appearance,
put
shouldn't they?
You know
Kansas
what?
on.
They should have. I bet she
And
still
when
looks good.
Kansas-
Outfit.
I
when-
bet she still looks good.
When Kansas finally got moved over to play, they was almost done with the second quarter. That's how long the Texas State game lasted.
I'm just not sitting around to watch that.
It was personal foul after personal
just-
foul, ejections.
I just have too
the
much
whole
stuff.
game.
I got too much stuff doing around my house to watch Texas State.
Well, pick Toledo and Wyoming for me in the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl on the CW network. 63 degrees in Arizona. Should be a great game for the weather.
Well, you know, all those
Wyoming
Ohio-
and Toledo.
All those Ohio fans will be out there with flip flops and tank tops on, 63 degrees. So let's go with. It's kind of funny. There must be a thing. I guess I've been out of there too long, but the tank top is very popular in Ohio. And I
Yeah.
can remember we were sitting in a bar in Washington D.C. one time. We were out on one of our trips, and but guy looked at, see that guy over there for the tank top? Bet he's from Ohio. And sure enough, he was. He was.
It's just I don't see how we have these games in these big stadiums where two teams that couldn't fill these stadium up if it was for the national championship, and now they're in the CW Bowl, Barstool Bowl over here, Toledo and
Let's
Wyoming.
go ahead with Toledo. They're going to win with their fans are going to go nuts out there.
I took Wyoming.
I bet you did.
I did.
I like the cool logo
I
for
already had mine
Wyoming.
written
I'm
down.
taking the guy riding the horse.
Well, they're the Cowboys.
That's called a cowboy.
It might not be.
or if you know
Might
any
not
Spanish,
be.
you could
Don't
say
mean.
vaquero or
He
something
might be.
like that. It could really impress us if you said vaquero. But what does Zach say? Guy on a horse.
Guy on a horse. If he had a tank
man.
top on, I bet he'd be a guy on a horse from
From
Ohio.
That's right. If he's from Ohio, he'd have a tank top on.
when
right,
did
he
the
Flip flops too.
we go.
No boots, flip flops. 60 degrees, boys. Flip flops, tank top today.
Yeah, down at Myrtle Beach.
Gun show, boy. Gun show. It's 60 degrees. Holy cow.
Next one should be LSU and Wisconsin.
yes
There you go.
in the Relia Quest Bowl Monday at noon?
What's Relia Quest?
It's
Sounds like a car battery.
Yeah.
I thought that was that game where the kids play it's cards or something.
If I knew what it
Might
was,
be.
I would tell you. But I have no idea.
Wisconsin and LSU. Wisconsin 7-5. LSU 9-3. This is in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium.
Wisconsin's from the Big Ten, so LSU will win.
LSU's favored by 10.
You tried that last week, Terry. But I think,
we just saw you missed I don't know how many picks by doing that, Terry.
I know.
Well,
I don't
I'm
think-
still with the
I don't-
same program.
I don't think Wisconsin's got enough. Even though
got
you hate Coach Kelly, man, you hate him.
He'll win this one.
You hate him, man. Pick with your emotions. No, LSU's probably going to win that game.
Liberty.
Who
I'm
top-
gonna pick.
sorry, Zach.
I think they got. I like the Badger, just because it's a cool mascot. Give me the Badger, Wisconsin.
Badgers over Tigers. Tiger will eat the Badger so quick. Liberty Eagles. Now this is a fight versus the Oregon Duck.
If it's
this
Howard
ain't
the
even
Duck from
funny,
the '80s,
man.
though, they might be a.
Oregon favored by 16.5 in Glendale, Arizona.
Yeah. Look
What-
at that. 16.5 point favorite and against a team that's unbeaten.
Here's your trivia question. What city was Howard the Duck set in?
Pittsburgh.
Cleveland. The worst movie of all time is, of course, set in Cleveland. Howard the Duck. What a terrible movie.
Okay.
Gosh. So the Liberty's not going to
Only them people from.
Only them people from where. Go ahead. Finish your sentence. Go
Oh,
ahead.
is it?
Go
I
ahead,
take
finish it
Oregon.
out.
I got Oregon.
He forgot what he's going to say, so he just made the pick.
Yeah,
Oregon.
I'm gonna take the Duck.
Isn't Liberty where you can't hold hands with your girlfriend?
Think so.
That's Bob Jones. Okay.
Oh, is it not Liberty? No, that's where they got. That's where their
Well, see, that might make the
President
Liberty
got
players pretty
fired.
mad. They might go out there and win. You know, they got a little.
That is the Fiesta Bowl, by the way, if people were
Fiesta
wondering.
Bowl. Yeah, that's a big bowl for Liberty.
Iowa at Tennessee.
What's
Now, not at
Iowa
Tennessee.
from?
Iowa versus Tennessee. Where's
What
Iowa
conference?
from?
No,
Iowa?
what conference does Iowa in?
The Big Ten.
Okay,
have-
you take Tennessee.
I have no idea.
I'll take Tennessee.
Iowa.
of all is not a good mascot. Give me the Hawkeye.
They can't even score.
Take the Hawkeye.
Come on.
Tennessee won't score.
I'm picking based on
What
cool
the
mascots,
heck?
Terry. I'm
Y'all
telling you, we're gonna see
taking a
how my
team that
record
can't
goes
score
picking cool
daggum
mascots
14
versus
points.
knowledge.
We're
Against a Tennessee team that's wide open.
We're gonna
Come
be
on.
we're gonna be cutting this next week.
That's at
Oh,
Camping World
Lord.
Stadium, Orlando.
Yeah.
I've driven by that by a few
Who'd you take,
times.
Tom?
Iowa.
Yeah, y'all both took Iowa. That's a loss.
You
Final-
don't know what it is?
Final four.
Yeah. Psh, heck with this on Monday.
Now I will pick.
Alabama versus Michigan. Michigan 13-0, Alabama 12-1. Michigan 1.5 point favorites in the Rose Bowl. Zachary,
Give me the Michigan Wolverines.
Terry Reinhardt, SEC or Big Ten?
What do you think? Ain't no way nobody from Big Ten can win anything. Alabama wins.
Ain't no way anybody from the Big Ten can win anything. They just went 4-1 in bowl games. That's okay, Terry. Whatever. I mean, we know you bring your feelings to fact fights all the time. I just morally cannot pull for Michigan. It's just kind of like, Satan versus Hitler in this game. it just can't pull for anybody.
This is
I
the
will not-
cheaters versus the whiners.
I will not.
Well,
I
You
will
can't
not,
even pull for your own
I will not.
conference.
Well, Terry, some people are rational and some people are emotional. See, rational, emotional. Your emotions get in your way.
No, Alabama will win.
You
sure.
don't know who's going to win. You're just randomly saying stuff. I think that that Alabama hired that Michigan coach, right? They're pulling the Michigan on Michigan, right? So they're spying on Michigan. I think they'll have them figured out, and I think Alabama's going to win this game. But
Quit talking
I
so
will
much.
not want. No, it's a talk show.
My God.
It's a talk show. It's my time. It's my mic. Sit
I'm
over
gonna
there.
make a
Sit
different
up there and be
pick.
quiet. We'll make a different pick.
Ah,
All you do is complain the whole time. Just sit over there and be quiet. I'm
Hey,
going.
hey.
With, I'm going with Alabama. I'm not going to watch a single play, but I'm going to go with.
Me neither.
I'm not watching.
I'm not watching neither one of these games.
We
coming up.
agree on something, Terry. Isn't that nice?
That's exactly right.
I'm
I
going to
could
go
care
out.
less.
I'm going to go out and rake leaves. I'm not watching that game.
And have your radio on in the car.
did all y'all
That's
pick?
right. I will have my radio on.
Did all y'all
listening to the TOC?
I did.
Yeah.
I think y'all picked, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. In the game where we can all agree both teams should be in this, as opposed to the last one where we could all have an argument where neither team should be in the playoff. Texas and Washington face off. And my problem with one thing I made a point as far as these teams like Texas, you allow Alabama in. Well, we've already beat them. So why are they not eliminated? I'm in the playoffs. I've already beat them. So now if I'm Texas, I have to beat them. I'm gonna have to beat them
Again.
twice, and nobody else has to beat nobody twice, and that's not fair. So I don't. I think Texas is got rubbed a little wrong on that one as well. Even for you Florida State fans. So Texas is the 3, Florida, Washington is the 2. Texas is favored by 4, however, against the Huskies. They're in New Orleans in the
And
Superdome.
tickets are a lot cheaper.
3 times cheaper, roughly.
That's because all them people from Michigan are going to go out to California in their tank tops and flip flops.
So here's my thing. Unless you're just super rich, this Final Four game, I wouldn't go to this game, would you? Wouldn't you be wanting to save your money to go to the national championship game unless you just can't get tickets to that one?
Unless that's
this
one of
one's
your-
easier to get tickets to. It's
some-
$400 a piece. You're not going by yourself.
I mean, plus, like you were talking before the show started.
That's just for
plus,
tickets.
you got to feed yourself. and find
Yeah,
a place
that's
to
what
stay.
I'm saying.
Got to
I mean,
travel.
it's
Got to
crazy,
find a place
man.
to stay.
Crazy, man. There ain't no way I'm paying $500.
And
Like
that's
I said,
as low as that's for the back row of the
Yeah,
Rose
but this
Bowl.
is where everybody's playing. There's a difference here. There's a big difference here.
you pay,
It's not like them other bowl games where everybody's opting out. These right here, these guys are playing for a national championship. They're all going to play.
Is a man that refuses to sell his truck to get free tires for the last 20 years going to pay $500 to go see this ball
I'm
game?
taking Texas.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought you'd say. Washington for me. Washington.
I can't take Washington. They could have had multiple losses this year. So I'm taking Texas.
But Zach,
They won.
winners find a way to win.
That's,
right?
that's true.
You can't multiple
Winners
times.
find a
You
way.
cannot find them multiple times.
They
to win.
did already, Terry. They've
That's
already
it.
found.
I do think they have a
how
good
can
quarterback.
You just arbitrarily quantify how many times you can win a game that maybe you should look
The
at?
glass slipper's not going to pop up every week.
The glass slipper's not going to fit every week, Terry. Not pop up. Fit.
I mean, it's simple.
Washington. Washington wins this game. Washington.
You lost.
If Washington wins this game, I think they get blowed out in the national championship.
I agree.
I think it's going to be
Texas, that's the reason Texas is going to win.
Yeah, I'm afraid of that.
Washington.
All right,
Who are you
guys.
taking?
I'm taking Texas. Yeah.
I thought you were basing your picks on mascots.
Not in the last two because
Oh,
they're
not
all
the last two.
they're
Now,
actually
the
playing. They're actually
championship-
playing their
Last
players.
two. He's
Championship's a
changing.
week from Monday.
And
But
the-
a Longhorn is cooler
It's
than
Monday.
a.
Yeah.
You're saying ugly Longhorn is cooler than a Husky, which everybody
Well,
likes.
yeah, Huskies are cool, but like I said, this last two, everybody's playing. So
I also don't think that's fair to the teams.
Huskies are cool, though.
You get a month to prepare for this game, and then 5 days or 6 days prepare for the national
Is
championship.
that it this year?
It's just 1 week.
Oh.
So like
It used to be
even the
10
Super,
it used to be
It's
2
been
weeks.
10 days, yeah.
even the Super Bowl is 2 weeks. You know what I mean? And then my other big complaint about college: why are the national championships on Monday nights? I don't get it. Why are they not Saturday nights?
and they're always late.
We play Saturday, so Monday. If you the kids that the fans that of these teams, you got school the next day, you've got work, you've got all these things. I'll never get why college doesn't that they do that, other than if it's a ratings thing. I guess it's a ratings thing. But Monday night championships, I don't get it. Saturday night's when it should be college football
agree.
and basketball, I think.
I agree.
So we'll be able to come back next week and pick the championship game.
Yes.
That'd be pretty simple.
Alabama.
Nope. Texas.
You got Texas beating Alabama twice this year, Terry.
And Florida State will win today, and Florida State going to say, we're the national champions.
You are definitely off your meds on that pick.
I don't have the exact number.
How do you justify if that happens, guys? How can you justify being in a room and calling Texas your national champions when Florida State's unbeaten for the whole year?
Hey, Terry, take that 1 point further. What happens if FSU wins with, like, as you said, 10 of their starters not even
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not. But they're not. So I mean,
I don't think they can
you
today.
want.
Yeah, but now you
Everybody
have to
knows
understand
Florida
how
State's
has
not gonna win
FSU
this
won
game.
this year with their defense? Their defense has been very tremendous.
How many of
The
them aren't
quarterback,
playing?
yeah, do they miss him on offense? They will miss him. But if their defense can keep them in the game, they'll have a shot.
No.
Wait and see.
the
Okay, let's bet. What we bet this week?
Oh,
Mountain
Lord,
Dew.
here
What we
we go. I'm not
You better
betting
agree
you,
to the
Tom.
right side.
Okay,
You
not
don't bet
no,
nothing.
no,
To the correct
not
side.
gonna
Heck
bet.
no.
Diet Mountain Dew.
Oh,
Excuse
he's
me.
not
Heck
gonna
no.
bet.
You're
Okay.
exactly right because you get
That
way
shut him up.
less.
That shut
You
shut it
get
down.
way less
shut-
than what you're
I
supposed to
noticed that
get.
shut you up real quick. When
No,
I said
I'm not
let's
betting
bet.
nobody
I ain't
who
betting
halfway.
No. I'm not betting anybody when I know
Fake
you're
better.
lose.
I'm not betting a halfway
better.
fake
Fake
better.
better.
Fake better. Well, fake better. Elected out.
Yeah.
Glass slipper. Whatever. All this stuff. It's opt out, not elected out. Too.
So
Make sure you get that.
one quick point is for folks like me that aren't big fans of college football, you know, you sit here and we argue over the top 4 teams and who deserves it. I always thought you should qualify like you do for every other sport. You win your division or whatever. Here are champions in the Super Bowl. This isn't a comprehensive list, but this is a little list of teams that weren't a top 4 seed in their own conference, basically. So they wouldn't even been the top 4 in the NFL who ended up Super Bowl champions. The 2005 Pittsburgh Steelers were AFC 6 seed. They wouldn't have been voted into the top.
Back when there was only 16.
Top 4.
Yeah.
The 2007. Don't forget, both of Eli Manning's team championships would not have happened if